I am here to give you a PSA, public service announcement, about something shitty that people do that they don't even realize is threatening people's health and possibly even lives. It's called spraying a shit ton of perfume, either on themselves or in public areas. How could that threaten someone's life? It's called fucking allergies and asthma. Let's backtrack and explain. So, I have asthma. It is a fucking annoying condition, and while I mostly just gripe about it and call it annoying and things like this, it can actually be quite life-threatening. And this is something I am realizing lately because in the last few days I have had 2 very, very severe asthma attacks because some assholes decided to spray some perfume in the air. Like, fucking assholes. Anyways, and luckily I had my inhaler on me both times, except it took several puffs, except I couldn't even take a puff properly because it was just basically, couldn't even do the, empty the lungs, spray, breathe it in, hold your breath thing that you're supposed to do, which, fucking movies, why can't they show someone taking an inhaler properly? Like, it's not that fucking hard. Anyways, moving on. Why are people so obsessed with perfume? It's fucking, and even if you don't have asthma, even if that's not the way you're allergic, it can cause nausea to the point of throwing up in some people, but even though, just nausea, it's not comfortable for you to be stuck with fucking nausea because somebody decided to marinate in perfume that day, or severe headaches to the point of migraines. I also get migraines if I'm fucking, if someone's wearing too much perfume, if it doesn't fucking make it so I can't breathe. So, let's just backtrack a little bit as well, but let's talk about asthma. So, asthma, it's a condition I hate that I have, wherein there are 2 main types. There's exercise-induced asthma, and then there is a, where it's kind of more allergen-induced, or where it's kind of like something in the air affects your ability to breathe. So, I kind of have both types. It started out as just exercise-induced asthma, but some exposure to black mold, I think, is what caused it to escalate to the allergen stuff, which sucks. Anyways, so basically, because I recently learned that if you have a predisposition to asthma, which I totally do because a shit ton of people in my family have asthma and I already had a type of asthma, then you can, anyways, so, yeah. So what happens is if you're exercising, then your lungs get overworked up, and then they start to, well, basically whenever you're having an asthma attack or your lungs are reacting asthmatically, is that your windpipes, literally the lining of it, the muscular lining of it, are swelling up. And then, obviously your windpipes are getting smaller, so less air is able to come in, so hence the wheezing. And then if it's caused by allergies, which basically is instead of, the exercise and getting your lungs worked up, and, because actually, did you know asthma is an autoimmune disorder? That's fun fact. Fucking asshole, immune system. Why are you attacking your lungs? That's not a bad thing. I need those. Anyways, so, if it's an allergen thing that's causing the, asthma attack, then similar thing, similar to if, someone allergic to peanuts, gets peanuts and then, it swells up and whatnot, it's similar thing when you're inhaling it, right? So, it gets all up all through your windpipe and all in your bronchi and everything else, all the lining of all that shit is swelling up, plus, with allergies, shit ton of mucus gets developed, right? So, not only are your windpipes now, the size of a McDonald's straw, but they're all full of fucking mucus. So you can't fucking breathe. That's fucking awful and terrifying. So, another thing that fucking movies always get wrong about asthma attacks is that it's just, someone out of breath. That's not what an asthma attack looks like. If it's an asthma attack because someone put some allergen in your face, it's coughing and wheezing. And wheezing is not, this is wheezing. I can fake wheezing because I've fucking had so much of this fucking bullshit. And it's a lot of coughing, especially. And so people are just thinking that, oh, did you get something in your throat? And people don't know how to recognize an asthma attack because it's coughing. So, yeah, lots of coughing. Because the thing is that you have all this mucus that you're trying to get out. And also because the coughing, if it's an allergen, because you have this shit in your lungs that your body does not want, so your body is trying to get it out of your lungs. So, makes sense, right? It's your body's natural way of trying to deal with the asthma attack. And now, because I did the wheezing thing, I have to cough. Anyways. So it is, so in asthma, if you have asthma, then if you're allergic to something, that causes you to have an asthma attack, is called an asthmatic trigger. Now, these are different for everyone. Some people it's cigarette smoke, some people it's pollen, and some people it's grass, you know, whatever. For example, me, it's dust and mold and perfume. And while with dust and mold, that tends to be more cumulative and slow building, unless, like, so I end up going to a place and, like, someone, like, moves something and, like, a huge cloud of dust comes in my face or something. And then that just kind of, like, over a slow period of time just gets, like, kind of harder to breathe, so I don't have that coughing thing as much, or, like, a straight up asthma attack. And usually I can, like, okay, it's getting kind of hard to breathe in here, I think I'm gonna leave and I can do a proper puff of my inhaler, and whatnot. But with perfume, usually it's just all of a sudden, oh fuck, there's just a shit ton of perfume in the air and I can't fucking breathe. So, if you love perfume, then I hate you. So, the thing is that I hate most, though, is that some people have this fucked up idea that if something smells bad, that perfume is perfect for making it smell better. Even though, if you spray a bunch of perfume, you're gonna cause issues for a shit ton of people. Have you ever noticed that in a lot of places, they say, please go easy on your perfume because of allergies, like change rooms, public service offices, buses, like a bunch of places like that, they are always having signs because there's even if you don't have asthma, like the headaches and the nausea thing I mentioned. Just last night, for example, I was in the bathroom. My pants were around my ankles, and the person in the stall next to me, I guess, took a dump or something. And we're like, oh, it stinks in here. I am gonna fucking empty a bottle of perfume. You know how fucking hard it is to get your pants up while taking puffs of your inhaler, while coughing and wheezing, and everything else, because I had to get out of there, because the longer I was in there, the worse the harder and harder it was to get to breathe, no matter how much. Because the thing is that after a while, if it gets so closed up, you can't even get the medicine in, and also if you're coughing up the medicine as well. So no matter how many puffs of your inhaler you take, it's fucking pointless, it's just a waste of medicine. So I was struggling with try to pull the shit up and try to get my bag and my coat and try to get the fuck out of there, and it's a fucking asshole it's a mess, like, fuck you. And I mean, one time, a few years ago, my mom used to smoke, and we were going to a family party. My extended family didn't know she smoked, and she decided that she didn't want them to smell the smoke on her winter coat, right? So she fucking doused her winter coat in perfume, and then I had to sit beside her in the car, and I had an asthma attack in the fucking car, and she was pissed off at me that she had to take off her coat in the car and have the window open. And I was like, well, fucking air freshener that shit. We had air freshener in the house. You didn't have to fucking douse that shit in perfume. I'm allergic. And then, like, just this past spring, I guess she fucking forgot about that time I had an asthma attack in the car, and she was stuck sitting for 20 minutes in the car with the window open in the winter with no coat on, because we were cleaning out the room after my brother visited, and he has the worst hygiene habits, oh my fucking god, and she's completely doused the room in perfume, and I didn't, while I was downstairs getting the air freshener, and I came up and I walked right in the room unknown, and then I had an asthma attack. And I'm like, can you please remember that your daughter is fucking very likely deathly allergic to perfume? So, and even if you're just wearing a lot of perfume, if I have to be in your immediate proximity for too long, then it'll become increasingly difficult to breathe, and I will be getting a headache and everything else. So working retail is a nightmare because I can't fucking breathe, and it's a bitch. Like, I remember having to, like, if I have to serve a customer, I'm like, if I'm stuck serving them, I'm like, I can't be here because I can't breathe and I'm having a headache, and I'm like, okay, so you can if you're looking for well, it's like it's fucking nightmare. And then, like, my fucking cashier, like, when I was working in retail, like, I was trying to help this fucking one customer who was so marinated, the whole store reeked of perfume for, like, an hour after she left. And even my my coworkers was like, yeah, sure, she just had an allergy, but not an asthmatic allergy. And she just had a migraine for the rest of the fucking day because of the amount of perfume she had to deal with. Like, why do people wear, I personally don't get why people wear perfume in the first place, but whatever, it's on your own personal choice when you want to smell like chemicals instead of your own natural smell, which I think smells great, but anyways. But, like, why do you have to wear so fucking much, or why do you have to spray it in public? Like, my sister, she likes perfume, except she only wears a teeny bit, and that's fine. That's fine. She only applies it in her room. Like, when we were living together, she only applied it in her room, and she only put a teeny tiny bit on, so I never had any issues. But my mom always sprayed it in the hallway, and she always put a lot on until I told her, Mom, you're fucking giving me asthma attacks every day. It's fucking pissing me off. So, yeah, basically, I'd really rather not die of an asthma attack because I emptied out my inhaler from too many people fucking perfume shit. And also, I have to avoid perfume sections of malls. I'm just really glad that they've stopped spraying strangers with perfume because that was a bitch. I really hate that they're near the fucking entrance to the store, though, too, because they, like, walk by the store, and it's just, like, ugh. I have to, like, if this is the opening to the store, and if I was walking like this, I'd be like, whatever, like, I would have to, like, give it wide berth while, like, oh, it's nasty. Especially because I have really sensitive sense of smell to begin with, which is part of why I said that thing about, like, I think your natural smell is fine, because I can smell people's natural scent, and I think it's great, unless you haven't bathed in a while, in which case, please take a bath. But, yeah. Sorry this video was so long, and a lot of ranting about my personal grievances, but thanks for watching.